Okay, the final part of this topic, we are going to look at worded questions. Okay, so question 14, Yasmin is riding her bike. After 20 seconds, she has traveled 120 meters. And after 1 minute, she has traveled 360 meters. What is her rate of change? So we are still finding the rate of change. So when we are finding rate of change, we need 2 points. And we kind of have 2 points here. We have 20 and 120. So 20 seconds and 120 meters, x and y. So I'm going to write this here, 20 and 120. Now our second point, 1 minute and 360 meters. Now we have to be careful here because the first point was 20 seconds. But now the second point, we are talking in minutes. We have to change this to seconds. So they are both seconds. This is 20 seconds. Now 1 minute is the same as 60 seconds. So we have 60 and 360. Okay, so I'm going to write this at the top, 60, 360. Okay, now we can find our rate of change because we have 2 points. So the change in y first, 360 minus 120 equals 240 over 60 minus 20, 40. So now 240 divided by 40, 24 divided by 4 equals 6. So the rate of change equals 6, or 6 meters per second. Okay. Now question 15. Huda is running home from the park. Her distance d in kilometers from home after t minutes is given by the function d equals minus 0.5t plus 2.3. What does the minus 0.15 represent? So if we write this equation here, d equals minus 0.15t plus 2.3, the question is asking, what does this number mean? We know the number next to the x or next to the letter is the rate of change. Okay, this is our y-intercept, this is our rate of change. So the minus 0.15 means the rate of change. Or if you look in your exam, if there are 4 answers A, B, C, or D, your answer could be something like the rate at which the distance from home changes each minute. But we still have the words rate. So look for the word rate in your answer. That should be your answer. Okay, this is the rate of change, and it means the rate at which the distance from home changes each minute. Okay, it has the word rate, so that's our answer. Question 16. Ahmed joins a gym and kept a note of how much he paid in total over 6 months. His cost was an initial joining fee and a cost per month, same every month. What was Ahmed's initial joining fee for the gym? So the initial joining fee, this is the same as y-intercept. It is asking how much was the cost when x was 0. How much was the cost at the start? Okay, so here in our table, we don't have when x is 0. So we need to calculate it. Okay, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we need a 0 here. Now we just need to see what is the pattern from here to here, from here to here. Okay, so from 620 to 470, we minus 150. And it's the same for all of these. Same for this one. 470 minus 150 equals 320. So if we want to find when x is 0, we need to do minus 150 again. Okay, so 320 minus 150 equals 170. So when x is 0, y is 170. That's the initial cost. That was how much Ahmed paid at the beginning of his gym membership. 170 dirhams. Okay. Question 17. The height in centimeters of a specific tree depends on its age once planted. The formula for this is h equals 3.5a plus 65. What was the height of the tree when it was planted? So we are talking about what the height of the tree was when it was first planted, when the x was 0 or when the a was 0. Okay, so 3.5 times 0, it just becomes 0. We are actually looking at the y-intercept, the initial height, the initial value. So when x is 0, y is 65, or h is 65. So the height of the tree when it was first planted was 65 centimeters. Okay, it's asking you for the y-intercept. Question 18. A company charges 45 dirhams a day for a car. It also charges a one-time 25 dirham fee for the car's navigation system. Write an expression for the cost in dirhams C as a function of the number of days the car was rented. It's a very long question, but actually it's very easy. The question is asking us to write an expression or an equation. Okay, so we are going to start with C because it's asking for the cost in C. So C equals. Now if we look at our information here, it is 45 dirhams a day. Day is D. But we don't know how many days. Okay, so it's 45 times D, or 45D. 45 times D, the same as 45D. 45 dirhams per day. Okay, if it's 1 day, 45 dirhams times 1. If it's 2 days, 45 dirhams times 2. Okay, so 45D. It also charges a one-time 25 dirham fee, so plus 25. And that's our answer. See, the cost is equal to 45D plus 25. Question 19. Match the boxes on the left with the boxes on the right. Okay, so we've done this before. Linear function, if you remember what linear means straight line. Now there's no graphs here, but we do have a function. This function here. Is this linear? Yes, because there's no small number here. If there was a small number here, it would be non-linear. But there's no number here next to the v. So this is a linear function. It's a straight line. Okay. Rate of change. Rate of change means slope. Rate of change means slope. B equals a squared plus 4. It's not y-intercept, it's non-linear. Why is it non-linear? Because it has a small number here. A squared. Non-linear function. So the last one, 0, 9 is the y-intercept. And if you remember, the y-intercept is when x is 0. X is always 0 for the y-intercept.